My girlfriend's ex is moving in with us. What could possibly go wrong? Find out in this video as I navigate this bizarre and unexpected situation. When Rachel first brought up the idea, I thought she was joking. We'd just finished dinner, tacos from the food truck down the street, our usual Wednesday night ritual, when she leaned across the table, sipping from her wine glass, and said, casually, "Hey, so, my ex, Derek, is moving to Portland. He needs a place to stay for a while. I told him he could crash with us." I blinked. "You what?" She shrugged. "Just for a few weeks. Until he finds a job and gets on his feet. He's been through a lot." My head spun. Derek wasn't just some ex from high school she exchanged memes with. He was the ex, the one she was with for 4 years before we met. The one who cheated on her, ghosted her for 2 months, then came crawling back when things went south with the girl he left her for. She'd cried in my arms about him, swore he was toxic, called him a narcissist with a six-pack. And now he was moving into my apartment? I could feel the anger bubbling, but I didn't show it. I smiled, nodded, said okay, because I had a plan. See, I'm not the kind of guy who yells or argues. I'm the kind of guy who waits, listens, observes. Rachel mistook that for weakness. Most people do, but I've learned that silence makes people sloppy. So I helped. I cleaned the guest room, bought fresh sheets, even drove with her to pick Derek up from the airport. When he arrived, smug and overly familiar, he gave me that bro hug guys give when they're pretending to like each other. "Man, thanks for this," he said, slapping my back. "Ratch said you were chill." I smiled again. Super chill. The first few days were tolerable. Derek stayed mostly in the guest room, job hunting on his laptop, occasionally making small talk in the kitchen. But then little things started happening. I'd come home, and he'd be sitting shirtless on the couch, drinking my beer. I'd hear him and Rachel laughing in the kitchen late at night. Once, I found her in his room, sitting on the bed, door half open. When she saw me, she flinched like she'd been caught. "We were just talking," she said quickly. "You're being paranoid." I wasn't. Not anymore. One night, around 2 a.m., I pretended to sleepwalk into the hallway and, accidentally, caught them coming out of the bathroom together. She was in one of his t-shirts. He didn't even look ashamed, just smirked at me like he was daring me to say something. I didn't. Instead, the next morning, I told Rachel I was going on a weekend trip to Seattle for work. I even packed a bag, left Friday afternoon, and made sure to text her updates, pictures of random hotels and cafes I Googled in advance. But I wasn't in Seattle. I was at my friend Nate's place across town. Nate's a tech guy, cybersecurity. I brought him a bottle of whiskey and told him I needed a favor. "Think you can set up a hidden cam in my apartment? Living room. Maybe the hallway too." He raised an eyebrow. "Dude, you sure about this?" I nodded. "Just help me catch what I already know." By Sunday night, I had hours of footage. And what I saw broke something in me. Rachel and Derek weren't just hooking up. They were mocking me, laughing about how stupid sweet Dave would never notice. She even joked about marrying me for my health insurance. Said I was safe, like some kind of emotional service animal. I watched in silence, jaw tight, fists clenched. It wasn't just betrayal. It was humiliation. But I wasn't going to confront her. No, I was going to destroy her. I didn't sleep that night. I watched the clips over and over, each time feeling the sting deepen. Rachel, the woman I had cooked for, supported, loved, reduced me to a punchline in her twisted comedy routine with Derek. But I kept calm. Revenge only works when it's served cold. Calculated. On Monday morning, I walked into our apartment with coffee in hand and a fake smile on my face. "Back from Seattle already?" Rachel asked, walking out of Derek's room. No shame, no attempt to hide it. "Yeah, meetings got canceled last minute," I said, handing her a latte. "Thought I'd surprise you." She took the cup with a soft smile, completely unaware I already knew everything. Over the next few days, I started laying the groundwork. Quietly. Precisely. Step 1, the financial cutoff. Rachel didn't know, but I was the sole name on the lease, and I controlled our shared accounts. She had a separate checking account for her freelance photography gigs, but for rent, utilities, even her car insurance, she relied on me. So I stopped automatic payments, called the landlord and informed him that Rachel would be moving out in a few weeks and to send any future communication to my personal email. I also started transferring money out of our joint savings and into a new account, one she didn't know about. Step 2, social prep. Next, I met with her parents. They always liked me. I played the humble, loving boyfriend role perfectly for them. I told them Rachel and I were having some problems, and I hoped they'd support her through what was coming. I didn't give specifics, just enough to plant a seed. Then I emailed her biggest client, a wedding coordinator who had paid Rachel in advance for several upcoming events. I posed as a worried friend, letting her know Rachel had been struggling emotionally and might not be reliable in the coming weeks. "I thought you deserved a heads up," I wrote. I didn't say anything false. I just let the truth do the damage. Step 3. The exposure. By the weekend, I uploaded the security footage to a private Google Drive folder. No graphic content, just the sound bites, the conversations, the casual cruelty. I wrote a short statement and sent it to Rachel, Derek, and a few mutual friends who had always told me, Rachel's a keeper. Since you thought I was too stupid to notice, I thought I'd show you just how much I was paying attention. I also sent her the termination of our lease. I was staying, and she had 30 days to leave. Derek, being a guest with no legal right, had 72 hours. She called immediately. Dave, what the F***K is this? Just me being safe? I said coldly. Like you said. There was a pause. You don't understand. It was complicated. No, Rachel. It was simple. You thought I'd never fight back. That's where you messed up. I hung up. Step 4. The closure. Derek tried to play tough guy. Showed up the next day, trying to puff his chest out. I had already spoken to our building's management. Security escorted him out. Turns out, trespassing's a real thing when you're not on the lease. Rachel tried the tears. The apologies. It didn't mean anything card. But I'd already played my last hand. I posted a video on Reddit under a throwaway account. A calm, non-ranty retelling of what happened, accompanied by blurred screenshots and audio clips. It went viral. The comment section roasted her for days. She became the internet's cautionary tale. And I moved on. But it wasn't over yet. Because karma doesn't just knock. It kicks the damn door down. 3 weeks later, Rachel was gone. She moved out with barely a word. Just one last attempt to guilt me. Texting at 2 a.m. You didn't have to ruin me like that. I didn't reply. Not because I didn't want to. I really wanted to. But silence was stronger. Let her feel the echo. As for Derek, he tried to trash me online, calling me a controlling loser who couldn't handle a real man moving in. Too bad I still had a couple of his voicemails saved. Him bragging about how he played me like a bitch and owned Rachel under my roof. A single post on the same Reddit thread, complete with audio, buried whatever sympathy he was fishing for. That was the last I heard from either of them. Then the real fallout started. Turns out, Rachel's biggest wedding gig, the one I'd warned the client about, was canceled. The bride didn't want someone who might ghost on her big day. That review? It spread. A few more couples pulled out. Her photography business? Tanked. Derek, meanwhile, didn't land the job he was hoping for. I never even had to lift a finger there. Apparently, his would-be employer Googled him and found the Reddit thread. Ouch. Months passed. I started going to the gym more. Traveled a bit. Finally took that solo hiking trip to Wyoming I always wanted. People were reaching out, strangers thanking me for sharing my story, saying it gave them the strength to walk away from toxic relationships too. That meant something. But karma wasn't done with Rachel yet. One evening, maybe 6 months after everything, I got a call from an unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. Later, I listened to it. It was her. Dave, I don't know why I'm calling. I guess I messed up. Derek left. He said I wasn't useful anymore. I lost my clients. My parents are disappointed in me. And I know I don't deserve anything from you. But I'm sorry. She was crying. For a second, I felt something. Not love. Not regret. Just the distant memory of the girl I used to know. I didn't call back. Instead, I took a deep breath, sat down, and started writing this story. Because the truth is, I don't care if she's sorry. I don't care if he's gone. I don't care if she hit rock bottom. That wasn't the point. The point was, I gave her my trust, my home, my heart. She gave me betrayal wrapped in arrogance. And she thought I'd just sit there and swallow it. I didn't. I stood up, took back my dignity, and let the truth do the rest. If that makes me the bad guy in her story, so be it. But in mine, I'm the guy who nodded, smiled, and watched her karma walk right through the front door, wearing her ex's sneakers. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.